From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Wednesday morning. We have another alert day in place through 11 a.m. tomorrow because of the snow that we're expecting for mountain passes. Quite windy for today and tomorrow, and we do have some of those rain chances to discuss for lower elevations for today and tomorrow as well. It is an alert day, like I was mentioning, for passes both in the Cascades and the Blues. Could have up to 11 inches of snow from now through 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Road conditions already a little bit snowy up in the Cascades. We continue to track the conditions per WashDOT. Haven't seen any chain requirements thus far this morning, but that band of snow that is working through the Cascades looks like it's mostly just rain in the Blues for now. Here's some of those snowfall totals we're anticipating from this morning through 11 a.m. on Thursday. 5 to 6 inches of snow remaining for our highest Cascade passes. Could have some trace amounts for Thorpe and Cle Elum in the upper parts of the Kittitas Valley. Also some trace amounts of snowfall possible for the foothills, Lexington, Heppner, and also Milton Freewater. And then for the Blues, we're anticipating 4 inches of snow for Interstate 84, around a foot of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. If you do plan on traveling over our passes, compiled together these items. You can find this list posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We have a lot more to discuss about the winds as well coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, could a 5-mile-per-hour change really make a difference? That's what state officials say, but not everyone is convinced. This morning, drivers are reacting after a speed limit drop along US 395. Coming up, we'll explain what's behind the change and what comes next for your daily commute. Plus, the debate over less restrictive housing for sex offenders continues, with Sunnyside now taking action. What city leaders say they're doing and why they say they're taking a proactive approach. And a popular grocery chain could be one step closer to Pasco, but city leaders say they need your help. Officials are asking residents to speak up and make their case, how they say one simple online form could make all the difference. Those stories and much more coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us here at Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 5:02. We begin this morning with a crime alert out of Yakima County. 3 children are now in protective custody after Selah police say a months-long narcotics investigation ended with an arrest. Officers served a search warrant near Selah on April 10th, taking one person into custody and booking them into the Yakima County Jail. Officials say multiple types of unlawful substances were found, confirming evidence of possession and distribution. Officials also say the children faced unsafe and unsanitary conditions. The suspect is now facing multiple narcotics charges, along with multiple counts of reckless endangerment for alleged negligent care. Now to the very latest development on US 395. The deadly stretch between Pasco and Eltopia now has a lower speed limit, but not everyone is convinced it'll make a difference. Apple Valley News Now's Austin Reed spoke with drivers, State Patrol, and lawmakers about what's changed and what could come next.
A busy stretch of highway now seeing a slower speed. Earlier this month, the speed limit dropped to 65 miles per hour along US 395 from about milepost 23 north of Pasco to milepost 36 near Eltopia. State transportation officials say the change comes after concerns about deadly crashes in the corridor. Does 5 miles lower make that much of an impact? Washington State Patrol troopers say speed is often a factor in serious crashes, and any reduction can help improve reaction time and safety.
That's going to be a good question to see what happens the next couple months, maybe the next year. 5 miles an hour is still 5 miles an hour if we can get people to slow it down.
But many drivers are not sold.
I don't think it would make much of a difference. Most people drive 5 miles over the speed limit anyways, so.
Do you think 5 miles an hour will do anything?
Not gonna make a difference.
Why is that?
Because people they don't drive the speed limit anyway, so they're still gonna be driving 80 miles an hour on that road, and by the time you get there, it's too late anyway. So.
What would a good number be in your mind?
I don't think there's a speed limit. I think they need an overpass.
The change also comes as the state looks at broader solutions. A new law signed in March creates crash prevention zones, targeted areas with stricter enforcement, but that doesn't take effect until June.
Listen to the experts, right? And this is something that folks said would be helpful.
Still, Pasco State Senator Nikki Torres, who worked on that legislation, says the goal is long-term safety improvements. Torres told me Tuesday that, quote, WashDOT did not notify us about the reduced speed limit near Eltopia, which is outside of the crash prevention zone outlined in the bill. While the law doesn't take effect until June, the Secretary of Transportation does have the authority to reduce speed limits in certain areas, end quote.
And we want to also emphasize the fact that the speed limit takes effect immediately as soon as that sign is up. The Washington State Patrol doesn't have a grace period.
Back on the highway, enforcement and driver behavior could ultimately determine whether the change makes a difference. If they changed it maybe by 10 miles, you think that may help?
Yes.
That was Austin Reed reporting. State Patrol says they'll continue monitoring the area and adjusting enforcement as needed. From highways to housing policy now, the city of Sunnyside is continuing its moratorium over secure community transition facilities. That includes less restrictive alternative homes, also known as LRAs, which house violent sex offenders. The City Council passed an ordinance Monday night to keep the moratorium going through September in order to review city codes and zoning laws. Sunnyside joins cities including Yakima, Richland, and Pasco as local governments that have passed moratoriums targeting LRAs.
Obviously, we saw what happened in Kennewick and how much pushback was done for them. And we want to be proactive. Our job here with the city is to be proactive, not reactive.
The moratorium will officially run through September 2nd of this year. In business news now, Pasco city leaders are continuing their push to bring a popular grocery chain to town, and they want you to help make the case.
So this is how we're going to get a Trader Joe's here in Pasco. We need to be attracting big box stores to come to our city.
City Councilman Leo Perales is now encouraging people to submit requests to Trader Joe's, saying there's already strong local demand. He's asking residents to go online, fill out the company's request form, and explain why Pasco is ready for a new location. Perales says even a short message can make a big difference, and the more responses submitted, the better the chances of getting the company's attention. For now, it's a grassroots push to put Pasco on the map for a future Trader Joe's. Looking to broader economic growth now, the Port of Grandview is continuing to expand the local economy with several business developments already complete and more projects on the way. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with officials about the impact they're making on the community.
The Port of Grandview is a key economic driver for the local community. While the port doesn't operate marinas or airports, it manages 7 business parks, including Byam Business Park, helping attract businesses and developers to the area. Executive Director Randy Tucker says the port has also played a role in bringing in major developments like the Travel Plaza along Higgins Way, which includes a large convenience store and restaurants.
What they've put in was a Applebee's and an IHOP restaurant. It's very unusual, uncommon, if you will, that the 2 restaurants are separate and the kitchen area for cooking is the same.
Tucker says continued investment in business parks has been key to attracting new development and filling available space quickly.
We developed Wallace Way West about a year ago, and we had a local developer, Jason Tolman, came in and built a very large 35,000 square feet complex, business complex. And it took him about 6 months to fill it up.
The Port of Grandview, like many other port districts in Washington State, operates several business parks locally here in the community. However, Port Director tells me that acquiring land has become a top priority for the port as there is a lack of usable industrial land here in the community.
We were kind of running out of property, so we started looking and we just purchased an additional 45 acres out on Peterborough and Woodworth Road towards Sunnyside. and we'll develop that property here in the next couple years.
Tucker adds that growth across the community continues to reflect strong demand for housing in the area.
Five builders here building as fast as they can, and they're all pre-sales. So what that tells us is that people are here and they want the house, let's buy it, and they wait for it to be constructed.
Port leaders say they will continue investing in land and infrastructure to support future business growth and economic development. In Grandview, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Officials say developing more industrial land will be key to bringing new businesses and jobs as the community grows. Your time is 5:10 here on your Wednesday morning. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the tax deadline just hours away, and last-minute tax filers are running out of time, but there's still a way to stay on track. From extensions to payment plans, the IRS is offering options, what you need to know before you file. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Cobrath coming back with what you need to know in your weather forecast. We are not done with the windy weather just yet, folks. Just what do we have to deal with today, and how long will it last? Find out after that.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hit.
Call 853-2222.
Looking for a laundry upgrade? Swing into Fred's Appliance and shop the best selection of top-rated washer and dryer sets. Come in today to take advantage of our in-stock Get It Today inventory with the lowest price guaranteed. At Fred's Appliance, we promise you will experience hassle-free shopping with local expert help every step of the way. At Fred's, we still have the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region. We sell appliances, only appliances.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
Welcome to KVH Orthopedics, now in our newly renovated space that's modern and welcoming, with appointments available when you need them. Our state-of-the-art facility and advanced technology provide expert diagnostic and surgical care. Our team is with you every step of the way, helping you get back to the life you love. Experience the next level of orthopedic care at KVH. Schedule your appointment today. Kittitas Valley Healthcare, your home for health.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hit.
Call 853-2222.
This week on GMA, Lisa Vanderpump's here. So what does she want you to know? Plus, Michael Simon's cooking things up. And it's Tori with Deals and Steals Superfan Week.
Tori, thank you.
Only on
Bonjour. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Cobrath.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. And like Wendy said on the other side of the break, we are not done with the winds just yet. We've already had a windy start to this week, and that will continue for today and right through tomorrow as well. So let's go ahead and show you some of the current wind gusts streaming out of the south and west right now. Some of those peak gusts up around 30 miles per hour for now for the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla. Not as windy in the Yakima Valley, but let's go ahead and show you the hourly gust forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Our peak, I think, is going to be around 35 miles per hour from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., a little bit weaker after that. And then just some breezes really in the mix for Thursday, at least here in the lower Columbia Basin. That is not going to be the case for some of our other microclimates. Speaking of, let's say you reside in Roslyn or Cle Elum, or take it over to Connell or Burbank, wherever you reside. You can put your address into the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, and you can see hour by hour, day by day wind gusts, precip chances, temperatures, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's sum up the wind gusts that we're expecting for today. Gusts anywhere between 30 to 45 miles per hour across the map. But for tomorrow, you see the gusts going down for the lower Columbia Basin, but going up for the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts up around 50 miles per hour. Okay, we're also tracking some rain chances for lower elevations over the next couple of days. We'll time that out with Futurecast. We'll tell you how much rainfall we're expecting. All that's coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking ahead today as the clock is ticking on tax day. I know it. Well, if you haven't filed yet, time is running out. The deadline is tonight at midnight, but there are still some options if you need more time, from extensions to payment plans to what happens if you miss the deadline. This morning, ABC's Michelle Franzen is breaking down what you need to know before you file.
The clock is ticking. The deadline to file 2025 taxes is midnight tonight. Need more time? Make sure to file an extension.
Any filing software, you would be able to file an extension. It may not be free on all the softwares, but it is an option on IRS Free File.
Filers who expect to owe money should make an estimated payment now based off last year's payment. Even if you can't pay right now, still file. The penalty for not filing is higher than the penalty for not paying.
Filing a tax return late is the largest penalty the IRS issues. So whether you can pay the bill or not, file your tax return on time.
Payment plans from the IRS can help you pay off the balance over time,
such as installment agreements or partial pay agreements.
Getting a refund? Overall refunds are up by more than 11% this year, averaging $3,462, according to the IRS. Use the Where's My Refund tool on the IRS website to check the status. Americans who file electronically and choose direct deposit can get their refund as quickly as 21 days or less. The IRS recommends not spending the money until you actually receive it in your account,
because there may be changes to the refund prior to you actually receiving it. So even if your tax return says you're getting such and such amount as a refund, the IRS may find some sort of an error.
And after you're all done, if you forgot to report income, missed a deduction, or made any type of error on your tax filing, you have 3 years to amend your return. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
And remember, filing is just one part of the process. Keeping good records now can help make next year a lot easier. Your time is 5:18. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth coming back. Here's a live look out of Pasco on your Wednesday morning. Josh talking all things weather, including some rain chances. Don't go anywhere.
Is it lead in this protein powder too?
Is this sunscreen actually water resistant?
Why is peanut butter $2 more than last week?
And there's less.
You shouldn't have to question everything. For 90 years, Consumer Reports has been testing, reviewing, and advocating for you for answers you don't have to question. Consumer Reports. We never stop questioning.
In a world where people may miss a warning signal from their body, one woman, okay, 2 women are spreading the word.
People with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes.
Like my mom and you, Chica.
Our kidneys could be sending out an SOS.
About increased risk like heart attack or stroke.
Don't miss the signal. Ask your doctor about a simple urine test called UACR and join our mission.
I just got my permit!
Walla Walla Sweets Baseball has been a beacon of our community spirit for 16 seasons. But behind every swing and every catch lies a question: where do our players call home during the season? The answer is simple. With you, our incredible host families. It's more than just housing a player, it's about becoming part of their journey. Watching our players chase their dreams is incredibly rewarding. Become a host family and be part of something bigger than the game. Together, we are Walla Walla Sweets.
Thinking about taking a break from the gas pump? Spring into savings with a new fuel-efficient hybrid electric vehicle from Overturf Kia. Show up and show off in a new class-leading turbocharged 2026 Sportage HEV or 2026 Sorento Hybrid with standard third-row seating. Either one can be yours for 0% APR for 48 months and make your first payment up to 90 days after driving it home. Test drive today at Overturf Kia. Overturf Kia, Highway I-182 and Road 100 exit on St. Thomas Drive, Pasco.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and Clearer Skin, I'm all in. Most people saw 90% clearer skin from head to toe. Skyrizi is only 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We will have chances for rainfall for lower elevations over the next couple days. So first, let's take a look at First Alert radar. And there's really 2 regions that we're tracking for this morning. The region of snow in the Cascades and then the region of mostly rain for the Blues and then getting into the Blue Foothills and into the lower Columbia Basin. So you see this area of snow in the Cascades. It is shrinking, which is, I guess, in terms of what we're hoping for past travel, this is what we want to see. But in terms of what we want for the mountain snowpack, we want to see more snow, but there is more snow on the way. And then the rainfall for the Blue Foothills, lower Columbia Basin, some moderate to heavy rainfall falling for a lot of Walla Walla County right now, and then a little shower that's trying to make its way into the Tri-Cities. You can track this yourself with that interactive radar feature on the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. Okay, here is your umbrella cast for this Wednesday for the Tri-Cities. Our best rain chance is going to be this morning, and then they'll sort of taper off, but not 100% go away as we head deeper into the day. And then for tomorrow, just a little blip on the map into the afternoon, but a mostly dry day for tomorrow. So now let's put all this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar. By 8 this morning, looks as if the bulk of the activity is in the Blue Foothills and in the Blue Mountains. Now, as we head into the afternoon, more widespread stuff, especially for the mountains, and we'll continue to deal with that into Thursday. But really, after 11 a.m. on Thursday, that's when things looking much, much calmer out there, and will continue to be fairly dry as we head into the weekend. Now, there are some little rain chances that could come back for the week, and we'll show you those in just a second. But first, I wanted to touch on some of the rainfall totals we're anticipating from this morning through 11 a.m. tomorrow. You see, it's going to be the Foothills and the Blues that'll receive the most moisture from this round. And then in terms of a follow-up round, some little shower chances coming back into the mix for Sunday and beyond. But Friday, Saturday, looking dry in the Tri-Cities. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Wet and windy Wednesday, but drier and calmer tomorrow. In Yakima, turning warmer and keeping the forecast mostly dry as we head into the weekend. In Ellensburg, gusts of at least 45 miles per hour today and tomorrow. Then for Hermiston, damp and blustery for Wednesday, some leftover breezes for Thursday and Friday. And finally for Walla Walla, rain likely today with some thunderstorms perhaps in the mix, then a much drier forecast beyond that.
Thank you so much, Josh. Straight ahead, a major space film is returning to IMAX just as a real mission to the moon takes center stage. Plus, new casting news could shake up the next Superman film. The latest on screen and behind the scenes coming up in entertainment.
Hey, this is Eric the Peanut Guy with your Tri-City Dust Devils. It's our 25th anniversary season, and we are so grateful for you. Come be a part of the celebration.
Home games run all week with a special fireworks show on Friday, April 17th. Then get ready for the return of a fan favorite, a post-game drone show. That's Saturday, April 18th, thanks to Custom Restoration. It's also a family feast night.
Come be a part of our best season yet. Tickets at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball, a Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
You got shortness of breath, chest pains, and a cough. Little things wipe you out, you can't shake it off. It might be long COVID. You got chills, brain fog, depression, fever, can't smell or taste. Could be long COVID. One more time.
For 50 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Remember 1981? Car payments were $200, maybe $300 a month? Yeah, we missed that. During our 45th anniversary, we're not bringing back the 17% interest rates or the hairstyles, but we are bringing back something better. Payments that actually make sense. Drive home a new Subaru with modern tech, safety, and reliability with real offers that work today. Enter to win $4,500 for you and $4,500 for a local nonprofit. Stop by any McCurley location to enter. No purchase necessary. McCurley Subaru, your way home.
Every home starts with a move. Not just the one to a new address, but the moves along the way. The choices, the negotiations. In those moments, certainty matters. That's why Windermere Group 1 agents are trained, supported, and prepared for every step. Because when it's time to move, you should be sure you're making the right one. Windermere Group 1. Confidence in every move.
The NBA playoffs begin Saturday on ESPN and ABC.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope your Wednesday is off to a great start. In entertainment news this morning, a fan favorite sci-fi film is returning to IMAX, while a new documentary tracks a real lunar mission.
And major casting announcements in one of the most iconic superhero franchises. So with the latest releases, new projects, and big names making moves, here's David Daniel with your Hollywood Minute.
This ship wasn't built for this.
But Project Hail Mary was filmed for IMAX, and it's coming back. The space adventure starring Ryan Gosling is returning to IMAX theaters for 1 week beginning Friday. Check IMAX.com for locations and showtimes.
Pushing ourselves to explore is just core to who we are. It's a part of being a human. The exploration we're doing is the first few steps on the path of getting humans to Mars.
Artemis 2 to the moon and back follows the crew of the first lunar mission in more than half a century, from their preparations to their 695,000-mile journey and safe return. The special premieres Thursday on Discovery Channel.
But I think their energy is quite contagious, to be honest.
Adria Arjona reportedly has been cast in the Superman sequel. According to Variety and The Hollywood Reporter, the Andor and Splitsville actress has been cast in Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Earlier reports said Arjona was up for the coveted role of Maxima. Warner Brothers has not confirmed her casting. Superman, Man of Tomorrow is due in theaters July 9th, 2027. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Man, they were fast with that documentary, right? Because it includes the actual trip itself, not just the preparations.
I was about to say, quick turnaround with that.
Hey, they're on it. They got to capitalize while people are still like so high off of it. Like, I can't believe we just did this.
Yeah, Artemis is still in the mind, but we all have such a quick attention spans. In a couple weeks, we'll be talking about something else.
I know it. Well, good thing it's out very quickly.
Yes.
All right, your time is 5:28. Still ahead. New safety upgrades are taking off at airports across Oregon. In Hermiston, a key system is being replaced to help pilots land safely in tough conditions. This morning, we'll hear from airport officials on how these improvements could impact pilots and local air travel. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, some potential cash for Android users. Google has reached a $135 million settlement over allegations its operating system caused mobile devices to consistently transmit data. Anyone who used an Android since late 2017 may qualify if they file a claim through the settlement's website. The FCC is giving Netgear conditional approval that exempts the company from a ban on foreign-made routers, so Netgear can continue importing devices built in Asia. The move temporarily gives the company a de facto monopoly on the selling and servicing of new routers in the U.S. Finally, Project Nightingale from Rolls-Royce. Only 100 of the fully electric convertible two-seaters will be built. Rolls says each one features a cabin with over 10,000 individual lights. They're not expected until 2028. The cost still under wraps. Those are your Tech Bites.
From consultation to installation, Hunter Douglas makes upgrading every room effortless and effortlessly beautiful. Hunter Douglas. Start your upgrade today at hunterdouglas.com.
Allergies stopping your kid's game?
Keep allergies and brain fog on the bench. Yeah, thanks to Allegra.
Allegra delivers fast, powerful allergy relief with no brain fog due to drowsiness. Discover Children's Allegra. It's a no-brainer.
Pop-Tart. Crazy!
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning to you and happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 5:31. Let's get you straight over to Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth standing by with more on what's happening in weather. Josh, I do have to say I'm ready to dial down the winds, but not so fast, huh?
No, we still have a couple more days to endure it, but eventually we will dial down the winds just a little bit. Okay, we do have an alert day for today, not because of the winds, but because of the snowfall that we're still tracking for mountain passes, those aforementioned wind gusts over the next couple days, and also some rain chances for lower elevations over the next couple days. But for now, I wanted to focus in on the potential for frost and freezes over the next handful of nights. That is still very important as we're still pretty early in the growing season. Now, current temperatures this morning kind of all over the map. 55 for the Tri-Cities, but 37 in Ellensburg, 50 for Walla Walla. Those winds coming out of the south and west are certainly doing us a favor, keeping us warmer in some of those aforementioned areas. Here's your hourly forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. We're only going to end up around 60 degrees for the warmest part of the day. So for today, 40s and 50s for lower elevations. I think that's a pretty safe bet, but we will be trending warmer as we head into next week, getting back into the mid-70s by next Monday and Tuesday. Okay, for tonight, overnight lows going to be pretty close to, if not below freezing for much of the region. We'll have to deal with the same thing into Thursday night, and then this is Friday night, likely not having to deal with it as much, but still around freezing in the Kittitas Valley. Be sure that you're protecting those 4 Ps, the people, and the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Something else that we're talking about, considerable avalanche danger in the mix for the next couple days. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, we'll stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we begin this half hour of news in Oregon, where more than 25 airports across the state are getting a boost from the federal government. This is all part of a $27 million investment aimed at improving safety and reliability. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says that includes funding for the Hermiston Municipal Airport, where upgrades could make a critical difference for pilots and emergency responders.
At first glance, Hermiston's airport looks small, but for pilots, every detail on the runway matters. Now, a $150,000 federal grant will replace a key safety system, PAPI lights, the Precision Approach Path Indicator that helps pilots line up for a safer landing.
If they're too high for a normal approach or too low for the normal approach, so having that PAPI, those lights, as you're coming into the runway for a landing, greatly increases the safety of landing on that runway at the appropriate place, especially at night, especially in bad weather.
Airport leaders say the current system is aging and replacing it reduces the risk of a dangerous approach, especially when conditions turn. And it's not just general aviation that depends on it.
Well, we've had LifeFlight based here with their helicopter, but then we have their fixed wing or their regular airplanes probably come in an average of several times a week at least. Fixed wing LifeFlight operations happen a lot in bad weather, rainy weather, even snowy conditions, they'll come in.
Across Oregon, more than $27 million is being distributed to improve runways, lighting, and terminals. Investments federal leaders say help keep communities connected. Oregon Senator Ron Wyden says in a statement, Oregonians rely on federal investments like these to support small businesses, emergency responses, and safe travel in communities across our state. In Hermiston, upgrades like this also help set the stage for future growth. It could mean all the difference between a dangerous approach and a smooth landing. Reporting in Hermiston, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Construction on the new system is expected to begin soon with minimal disruption to airport operations. Officials say the next project is fixing the runway. Looking to the weekend ahead as the Tri-Cities is gearing up for a hands-on way to celebrate Earth Day. The Electric Vehicle Showcase at the Reach Museum will give people a chance to see EVs up close, talk with local owners, and even take a test drive. Organizers say the goal is to give the community real-world insight into what it's like to own an electric vehicle, while also highlighting the environmental and cost benefits.
Well, people who come to this event will have a chance to talk to real EV owners and get honest answers from people who have had many years of experience driving and operating electric vehicles.
The event runs Saturday from noon to 4 as part of the Tri-Cities Earth Day celebration. Organizers say the event is free and family-friendly with food, music, and activities planned throughout the day. It's now 5:36. Still ahead, we have more on the program that's bringing hope and competition inside a Washington State prison. From incarceration to inspiration, one former inmate is giving back, and this morning we're going behind prison walls to see how he's helping others find purpose through this unique program. Also ahead, Josh coming back with your first alert weather forecast. You see a few droplets of rain here on our Ellensburg cam. Is more rain on the way? And what about that avalanche danger he was talking about? All that and more when we return.
On draft night, plans become reality. The NFL Draft, April 23rd through 25th.
As you know, me and Janine broke up.
Things fall apart. Love is no more.
No one is taking it harder than Jacob.
How'd you rest? I haven't slept a wink in days.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Take the road trip you've been dreaming of with an efficient new Honda. Turn heads with unmistakable style and sport-tuned suspension. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $219 per month lease on a 2026 Civic LX sedan.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through April 30th, receive rebates up to $1,200 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
This is the 2026 Nissan Frontier. With awards most awarded V6 engine in the last 30 years. And enough power to bring all your toys. This Frontier was built to get there. Wherever there is. Go further in the 2026 Nissan Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get up to $4,750 total savings on select Frontier trims, or well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
As you know, me and Janine broke up.
Things fall apart. Love is no more.
No one is taking it harder than Jacob.
How'd you rest? I haven't slept a wink in days.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have considerable avalanche danger for both today and for tomorrow for our Cascade Slopes. So let's go ahead and look at that map that is provided to us by the Northwest Avalanche Center. So where you see this orange on the map, that's where we have a level 3 out of 5 avalanche danger, and it'll be for the western half of the Cascade Slopes. This includes Stevens Pass, this includes Snoqualmie Pass, also this includes Mount Hood. So that's for today. For tomorrow, most of the region dropping back down to a level 2 out of 5, which is just moderate, but still Mount Hood at that level 3 out of 5. What is considerable avalanche danger? It means that natural avalanches are possible. Human-triggered avalanches are likely. We can have a wide array of the kinds and sizes and distribution of avalanches, but the messaging remains the same. You have to evaluate the snowpack carefully. You have to find your routes very cautiously, and conservative decision making is essential if you dare to venture out into the backcountry. Okay, here are graphics that I hope you never have to use this advice, but just for good measure. Here's what to do during an avalanche. Try to escape, grab something solid, protect your airway, swim to stay on top. If you're buried by an avalanche, create an air pocket, stay calm, conserve air, signal if possible, and wait for rescuers, as digging snow too soon can cause collapse. Again, we hope you never have to endure any of that, but just for good measure, that is posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Okay, part of what is factoring into the avalanche danger for today is that we have so much fresh snow on the way on top of weak layers of snow. We'll tell you how much snowfall we're expecting coming up in a few minutes.
In sports this morning, Washington State Penitentiary inmates got to play in a first-of-its-kind basketball game and interactive lecture. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable was granted access to capture the story inside prison walls.
Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla, a maximum security prison that holds more than 2,000 male prisoners. Special events are something most prisoners haven't experienced since being put behind bars.
Listen, I can't tell you how excited I am for it.
Brett Hollins is the founder of Side Door Foundation, a nonprofit that focuses on helping those in prison find a positive purpose.
While we are trying to do positive things and we're trying to encourage these people to come home and be better neighbors, this is still not a place where you ever want to find yourself in. And these individuals will trade their life for yours.
Sentenced to 70 months in prison at age 21, Hollins dedicated his life to basketball and would go on to play at Southern Oregon University after serving his sentence. He created the Side Door Foundation to help inspire inmates that they can have a positive impact after prison.
90% of these individuals are coming home at some point to society, and we want them to believe that they can be, functioning, productive members of whatever community that they go home to.
Spanning over 2 days, day one is all about reflection, with Hollins teaching a course on improving oneself, a class that he developed while serving his own sentence. For the men inside these walls, getting the chance to talk to someone like Hollins holds more weight.
That he was locked up and doing time, which made us feel comfortable and relatable. He's relatable. I learned that
we're not forgotten about. You know, sometimes being back behind these walls, we don't feel like we're a part of the real world. So hearing some outside speakers come in from the real world to communicate with us, I feel like that was big on making us feel like we're a part of the community.
And now these men get to put words into action by teaming up and taking it to the basketball court.
Everybody's excited for that. I'm not going to lie, everybody is fighting over who's going to start first and how much playing time people's going to get and things of that nature.
Inmates who were able to participate were not selected at random. This was earned through hard work and good behavior. Jerome Blake, who has been in prison for 15 years, says a program like Hollins made a huge impact. He says a bad decision doesn't need to define your entire life.
Don't give up. Don't give up. No matter where you at in life, you know, that's only just a moment. You know, there's still a lot of life to live.
Day 2 will feature the main event, the basketball game that everyone is excited for. Reporting from Washington State Penitentiary, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
The Side Door Foundation was founded in 2024 and has visited 15 prisons since its inception. The trip to Walla Walla was the first for the foundation. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door on this Wednesday morning. Here's a live look from Ellensburg. Josh is coming back to talk about your weather and why it's a first alert day. Keep it locked right here.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they're free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Dear First Place, experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota. Lease a new 2026 Camry for $289 a month, or lease a new Corolla for $209 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Gather the family and come on down to the 63rd Annual Parade of Gems, April 24th through the 26th in the Modern Living Building at the Fairgrounds. Our theme this year is Crafted in Stone, featuring sunstone carvings. See demonstrations on gold panning, wire wrapping, lapidary, and more. Dozens of vendors will be offering rock and mineral specimens from around the Northwest. There will be games, door prizes, plus amazing jewelry. Doors open at 10 a.m. for the 63rd Annual Parade of Gems, April 24th through the 26th at the Fairgrounds in Yakima.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they're free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Judy Justice, today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is an alert day for our mountain passes in the Cascades and Blues through 11 a.m. on Thursday, so we could have up to around a foot of snow for some of those said passes. Current road conditions, it is quite snowy in the Cascades this morning, but I've been checking WashDOT, still not seeing any chain requirements, but I'm sure traction tires would be required. But remember, no more studded tires at this point of the season. First Alert radar showing you a lot on the map for this morning. Still have snowfall. Looks like it's winding down for now in the Cascades. More will come back a little bit later today. And then an area of rainfall for the Blues, moderate to heavy rain at times for portions of Walla Walla County, and some very light showers just hanging around the Tri-Cities over West Richland and Benton City right now. So let's put all this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar by 8 this morning. Most of this is over the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, but by lunchtime, that next round moving in for the Cascades, and could have some showers for lower elevations as we head into the evening. But you see the bulk of this is blue, and it's up in the mountains. Then for tomorrow, we'll have some more snow in the mountains, but after 11 a.m., looks like most of that is going to taper off and will continue to be fairly dry as we head into Friday and Saturday. Some additional shower chances coming back around by the time we get to Sunday. So here are some of those snowfall totals we're anticipating from this morning through 11 a.m. on Thursday. 5 to 6 inches of snow for our primary Cascade passes, not nearly as much for US 97. For the Kittitas Valley, maybe some trace amounts for the upper portions of the Kittitas Valley, more so getting into the foothills at that point. For the foothills of the Blue, trace amounts for Lexington, Heppner, and for Milton Freewater. And then for the Blue Mountains, we are looking at 3 to 4 inches of snow for Interstate 84, but pretty close to a foot of snow for Oregon 204 at Tollgate. So if you do have to travel over our passes during this allotted time frame, have these items compiled together in your winter safety kit. You can find this full checklist posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Wet and windy Wednesday, but drier and calmer tomorrow. In Yakima, turning warmer and keeping the forecast mostly dry as we head into the weekend. In Ellensburg, gusts of at least 45 miles per hour today and tomorrow. And then for Hermiston, damp and blustery for Wednesday, some leftover breezes for Thursday and Friday. And finally for Walla Walla, rain likely today with some thunderstorms perhaps in the mix, then a much drier forecast beyond that.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
Let's get you to that morning sprint at 5:51. Here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A months-long narcotics investigation in Yakima County led to an arrest and 3 children being placed in protective custody. Officers served a search warrant near Sela, where they say they found multiple types of illegal drugs, along with evidence of distribution. Authorities also say the children were living in unsafe and unsanitary conditions. We're told the suspect was taken into custody without incident and is now facing multiple drug charges, along with counts of reckless endangerment. A stretch of US 395 is now seeing a lower speed limit, dropping to 65 miles per hour between Pasco and Eltopia. State officials say the change comes after concerns about crashes in the area, with troopers noting speed is often a factor. While some drivers question whether a 5-mile-per-hour reduction will make a difference, officials say any slowdown can improve reaction time. The change takes effect immediately with no grace period for drivers. The city of Sunnyside is extending its moratorium on secure community transition facilities through early September. That includes less restrictive alternative homes, which house violent sex offenders. City leaders say the move will give them more time to review local codes and zoning laws. Sunnyside joins several other cities in the region now that have taken similar actions. Officials say the goal is to be proactive and address community concerns before any decisions are made. More than 25 airports across Oregon are receiving a share of $27 million in federal funding. It's aimed at improving safety and reliability. In Hermiston, a portion of that money will go toward replacing PAPI lights, a system that helps pilots line up for safe landings. Officials say the upgrade is especially important during bad weather and for emergency flights. Construction is expected to begin soon with minimal impact to operations. Pasco city leaders are continuing their efforts to bring a Trader Joe's to the area, and now they're asking for your help. Officials are encouraging residents to submit requests through the company's website, explaining why Pasco would be a good fit. They say even short messages can make a big difference, and more responses could increase the city's chances. For now, it remains a grassroots push to get the company's attention. In your national headlines this morning, it's been a week of severe weather threats across the central United States. Residents in Ottawa, Kansas are still reeling after a tornado ripped through their community. More than a dozen twisters were reported in states across the Great Plains and upper Midwest on Monday alone, with more twisters striking again on Tuesday. Wisconsin also dealing with dangerous flooding. First responders performing rescue operations amid high water, as you see here. Flooding also a concern in Michigan, including Sheboygan, where authorities told people to evacuate low-lying areas along the Sheboygan River due to a levee breach. Meanwhile, severe weather in Colorado created havoc on the highway. Snowy conditions at the high elevations of the Colorado Rockies contributing to a 75-car pileup off of Interstate 70. In business headlines now, today marks National McDonald's Day, celebrated every April 15th to recognize the fast food giant's beginnings. The date traces back to 1955 when Ray Kroc opened his first McDonald's franchise, launching what would become one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Now, the day is often marked with limited time deals and promotions, many available through the company's mobile app or at participating locations. Talking sports now, Seattle Kraken forward Jared McCann will miss the team's final 3 regular season games with a lower body injury. The Kraken, already eliminated from playoff contention ahead of Saturday's 4-1 win against the Calgary Flames. McCann can now get a head start on preparing for the 2026-27 season. The 29-year-old has appeared in 52 games and scored 20 goals, tied for the second most on the team. The Kraken's final game of this season will be on Thursday. Trending this morning, imagine driving down the road and suddenly traffic stops, but not because of construction, but because of a zebra.
Well, that's exactly what happened in Sacramento, California. Check this out. This zebra was spotted roaming near a rural road, leaving drivers stunned. Animal crews quickly jumped into action using portable panels to guide the zebra into a trailer, and surprisingly, it cooperated.
Yes, turns out the zebra is legally owned and was safely returned home. As for his name, this is part of my favorite part of this whole story. It's Zeus. Pretty fitting for a zebra that ruled the road for a day. Also, though, I read that this zebra is kind of new to the area, and this is not his first escape. So Zeus has been on the loose before.
Zeus has been on the loose.
On the loose, and not only that, but they think that he's running away because of the weather.
Because of the weather?
Zeus running away because of the weather. The irony, right?
Yes.
That's my favorite part of the whole thing.
And I guess you could say for those that were stuck in traffic because of the zebra,
yeah.
I guess you could say they built some character and they earned their stripes.
Another good one there. All right, your time is 5:57. Still ahead, a longtime community pool is showing its age. Now, Kennewick is exploring replacement options. This morning, we'll take a sneak peek into the early plans to see what a new facility could include. Plus, what looks like a snow disaster is actually part of the plan. Cars completely buried, but no accident here. This morning, we head to Massachusetts for the surprising explanation. Josh.
Yeah, we have so much active weather to talk about. Mountain snow, big time wind gusts, lower elevation rain chances, avalanche danger, a little bit of everything. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.